Hi guys, it's Miss Slobodzian here and Winnie. And I made this YouTube channel to do some read aloud chapter books with you guys. Reading is a really awesome thing to do when you don't have much to do. You can't hang out with friends, you can't maybe visit family members. So I thought it'd be really fun to read with you guys. So I'm gonna start with the book Wonder by R.J Palacio. This book is really, really great, and they made a really good movie to go along with it. So when we finish the book, it'd be really awesome to watch the movie, compare, see how they're similar and different. This is a really, really great book. Lots of good meanings and morals in this book, so I really like it. And I hope you guys like it too. I'm probably going to read a few chapters each day. We'll see how it goes, but a few chapters each day until we reach the end. And if you guys do have a channel, you can comment in the comment section down below, and we can talk about the book together. So that would be really, really awesome. So I'm gonna start today with the first few chapters. I'm gonna put her down. What's interesting though about this book is they aren't really like chapters, like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. They just have kind of chapter titles like this. So I will write at the top of the video what pages I go through in each video so you can follow along, but they aren't exactly like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, if that makes sense. So I'll start today by reading the first few and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'll get started. So it says part 1, August. The first chapter is called Ordinary. I know I'm not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. I mean, sure, I do ordinary things. I eat ice cream, I ride my bike, I play ball, I have an Xbox. Stuff like that makes me ordinary, I guess. And I feel ordinary, inside. But I know ordinary kids don't make other ordinary kids run away screaming in playgrounds. I know ordinary kids don't get stared at wherever they go. If I found a magic lamp and I could have one wish, I would wish that I had a normal face and no one ever noticed me at all. I would wish that I could walk down the street without people seeing me and then doing that weird look away thing. Here's what I think. The only reason I'm not ordinary is that no one else sees me the way I see me. But I'm kind of used to how I look by now. I know how to pretend I don't see the faces people make. We've all gotten pretty good at that sort of thing, actually. Me, Mom, Dad, Via. Actually, I take that back. Via's not so good at it. She can really get annoyed when people do something rude. Like, for instance, one time in the playground, some older kids made some noises. I didn't even know that the noises were exactly for me because I didn't hear them myself. But Via heard them, and just then she started yelling at the kids. That's the way she is. I'm not that way. Via doesn't see me as ordinary. She says she does, but if I were ordinary, she wouldn't feel the need to protect me as much as she does. And Mom and Dad don't see me as ordinary either. They see me as extraordinary. I think the only person in the world who realizes how ordinary I am is me. My name is August, by the way. I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you're thinking, it's probably worse. Okay, and this next one is why I didn't go to school. Next week I start 5th grade. Since I've never been to a real school before, I'm pretty much totally and completely petrified. People think I haven't gone to school because of the way I look. And it's not that. It's because of all the surgeries I've had. 27 since I was born. The bigger ones happened before I was even 4 years old, so I don't even remember those. But I've had 2 or 3 surgeries every year since then. Some big, some small. And because I'm little for my age, I've had some other medical mysteries that doctors haven't even figured out. I used to get sick a lot. That's why my parents decided it was better if I didn't go to school. I'm much stronger now though. The last surgery I had was 8 months ago, and I probably won't have to have another for a couple more years. Mom homeschools me. She used to be a children's book illustrator. She draws really great fairies and mermaids. Her boy stuff isn't so hot though. Once she tried to draw me a Darth Vader, but it ended up looking like some weird mushroom-shaped robot. I haven't even seen her draw anything in a long time. I think she's too busy taking care of me and Via. I can't say I've always wanted to go to school because that wouldn't exactly be true. What I wanted was to go to school, but only if I could be like every other kid going to school, having lots of friends and hang out after school and stuff like that. I have a few really good friends now. Christopher is my best friend, followed by Zachary and Alex. We've known each other since we were babies, and since they've always known me the way I am, they're used to me. When we were little, we used to have play dates all the time, but then Christopher moved to Bridgeport in Connecticut. That's more than an hour away from where I live in North River Heights, which is at the top tip of Manhattan, and Zachary and Alex started going to school. It's funny. Even though Christopher's the one who moved far away, I still see him more than I see Zachary and Alex. They have all new friends now. If we bump into each other on the street, they're still nice to me. They always say hello. I have other friends too, but not as good as Christopher and Zach and Alex. For instance, Zach and Alex always invited me to their birthday parties when we were little, but Joel and Edmund and Gabe never did. Emma invited me once, but I haven't seen her in a long time, and of course, I always go to Christopher's birthday. Maybe I'm making too big of a deal about birthday parties. Okay, the next one is how I came to live. I like when Mom tells me the story because it makes me laugh. It's not funny in the way that a joke is funny, but when Mom tells it, Via and I start cracking up. So when I was in my mom's stomach, no one had any idea I would come out looking the way I did. Mom had Via 4 years before, and that had been such a walk in the park, Mom's expression, that there was no reason to run any special tests. About 2 months before I was born, the doctors realized there was something wrong with my face, but they didn't think it was going to be bad. They told Mom and Dad I had a cleft palate and some other stuff going on. They called it small abnormalities. There were 2 nurses in the delivery room that night I was born. One was very nice and sweet. The other one, Mom said, did not seem at all nice or sweet. She had very big arms. And here comes the funny part. She kept farting. Like she'd bring Mom some ice chips and then she'd fart. She'd check Mom's blood pressure and fart. Mom said it was unbelievable because the nurse never even said, "Excuse me." Meanwhile, Mom's regular doctor wasn't on duty that night. So Mom got stuck with this cranky kid doctor that she named Doggy, that she nicknamed Doogie, after some old TV show or something. They didn't actually call him that to his face. But Mom says that even though everyone in the room was kind of grumpy, Dad kept making her laugh all night long. When I came out of Mom's stomach, she said the whole room got quiet. Mom didn't even get the chance to look at me because the nice nurse immediately rushed me out of the room. Dad was in such a hurry to follow her that he dropped the video camera, which broke into a million pieces. And then Mom got very upset and tried to get out of bed to see what was going on. But the farting nurse put her very big arms on Mom to keep her down in bed. They were practically fighting because Mom was hysterical and the farting nurse was yelling at her to stay calm. And they both started screaming for the doctor. But guess what? He had fainted right on the floor. So then the farting nurse saw that he had fainted. She started pushing him with her foot to wake him up, yelling at him the whole time. "What kind of doctor are you? What kind of doctor are you? Get up, get up." And then all of a sudden she let out the biggest, loudest, smelliest fart in the history of farts. Mom thinks it was actually the fart that finally woke up the doctor. Anyway, when Mom tells the story, she acts out all the parts, including the farting noises. It is so funny. Mom says the farting nurse turned out to be a very nice woman. She stayed with Mom the whole time, didn't leave her side even after Dad came back, and the doctors told her how sick I was. Mom remembers exactly what the nurse whispered in her ear the night, or when the doctor told her I probably wouldn't live through the night. Everyone born of God overcometh the world. And the next day, after I lived through the night, it was that nurse who held Mom's hand when they brought her to meet me for the first time. Mom says by then she had told the nurse all about me. She had been preparing herself for seeing me, but she said that when she looked at me into my tiny mushed up face for the first time, all she could see was how pretty my eyes were. Mom is beautiful, by the way, and Dad is handsome. Via is pretty, in case you were wondering. I'm going to read one more chapter for this video, and it is called Christopher's House. I was really bummed when Christopher moved away 3 years ago. We were both around 7 then. We used to spend hours playing with our Star Wars action figures and dueling with our lightsabers. I miss that. Last spring, we drove over to Christopher's house in Bridgeport. Me and Christopher were looking for snacks in the kitchen, and I heard Mom talking to Lisa, Christopher's mom, about my going to school in the fall. I had never, ever heard her mention school before. "What are you talking about?" I said. Mom looked surprised, like she hadn't meant for me to hear that. "You should tell him what you've been thinking, Isabel," Dad said. He was on the other side of the living room talking to Christopher's dad. "We should talk about it later," said Mom. "No, I want to know what you're talking about," I answered. "Don't you think you're ready for school, Augie?" Mom said. "No," I said. "I don't either," said Dad. "Then that's it, case closed," I said, shrugging. I sat in her lap like I was a baby. "I just think you need to learn more than I could teach you," Mom said. "I mean, come on, Augie, you know how bad I am at fractions." "What school?" I said. I felt like crying. "Beecher Prep, right by us." "Wow, that's a great school, Augie," said Lisa, patting my knee. "Why not Via School?" I said. "That's too big," Mom answered. "I don't think that would be a good fit for you." "I don't want to," I said. I admit, it made my voice sound like a little baby. "You don't have to do anything you don't want to," Dad said, coming over and lifting me out of Mom's lap. He carried me to sit on his lap on the other side of the sofa. "We won't make you do anything you don't want to do." "But it would be good for him, Nate," Mom said. "Not if he doesn't want to," answered Dad, looking at me. "Not if he's not ready." I saw Mom look at Lisa, who reached over and squeezed her hand. "You guys will figure it out," she said to Mom. "You always have." "Let's just talk about it later," said Mom. I could tell her and Dad were going to fight about it. I wanted Dad to win the fight, though part of me knew that Mom was right. And the truth is, she really was terrible at fractions. That is the end of that chapter. So we read all the way up to page 10, and then the next video we will read more. So far, I hope you like it. I think it's a really, really great book, and it's in a first-person perspective, so it's in Augie's perspective, so we get to look into what he's thinking and how he's feeling. So I really like that. Just some questions to ask yourself or to think about after reading these. I have them on my computer over here. So in chapter 2, in the second one, they talk about the word petrified. He is petrified of school. But what's kind of ironic or kind of funny is after that, he said he had 27 surgeries. So it's kind of funny to think he's petrified of going to school, but yet he's had so many surgeries, and you would think he'd be petrified of that. So that's just something I thought. You could weigh in or think something different if you want. And then I guess the only question I have to leave you off with this chapter is, do you think Augie should go to school? And if you were Augie, would you want to go to school, or would you rather just stay home and be homeschooled? I think there's two sides to it. He's nervous. He doesn't know how he'll be treated, but also he's probably a bit bored staying at his house. He only has a couple of friends. One of them lives really far away, so it could be a really good experience for him. But what would you do if you were Augie? Would you want to go to school? Would you not? Comment down below, or if you don't have a channel, you can just answer it to yourself. or to a family member at home. But that is what I'm going to leave you with today. And I hope you enjoy this. I will come back with a few more chapters next time. So I hope you liked it, and have a good rest of the day. Stay safe. See you soon.